Hello students, your instructor here again, John Mandela with a screencast. This one, part 4 of the soda can project videos. So now what we need to do is take both the designed can with no shading and the non-designed can with shading and bring them into Photoshop to finish it off. So I'm just going to select the designed one, go to Edit, Copy, and then I'm going to go to Photoshop. And in Photoshop I have opened the soda can 3D paste.tiff. So I've copied it from Illustrator. I'm just going to go to Edit, Paste, and I'm going to get 4 options. For this assignment we're going to choose pixels. Click OK. And it'll show right there, and you'll see the X through it, basically asking, is this where you want it, is this how you want it, and I'll just say yes. So I'll click the check mark over here, or just click enter on the keyboard, and this will take a while to process. So there we go, there's the design. Oh no, there's the can with the design label on it. I'll change the name of that one. I'll just call it label. There we go. And now I'm going to go back to Illustrator and click on this one with the shading, go to edit, copy it, go back into Photoshop, and I'm going to paste it. So I go to edit, paste, as pixels once again, hit OK, and it's going to paste it right in there. I'm going to zoom in a click or two so I can see that it's off center a little bit. I'll fix that in just a moment, so I'll just hit enter on the keyboard or hit the green check mark, and this will render it in there momentarily. Alright, so now that that's all rendered in there, I can just change this layer. I'll change it to shading or something like that, that's fine. And I am going to set the blending mode on the shading layer to multiply, and it adds some life to it. I'm going to zoom in again, but it's really dark. Before I adjust that, what I need to do definitely is position it over. So I can go to edit, pre-transform. I'm just going to slide it over like this. And I can also use the arrow keys or cursor keys on the keyboard to make finer adjustments. So I can see that, so I got this edge kind of lined up, but it's a little bit too big. So while holding shift, I'm just going to shrink it the most minute amounts I can. And that looks pretty good. So I'll hit enter, or again hit the check mark, and that'll lock it in place. So now we got all lined up and it looks like it's coming to life. The only problem is that it's really dark, so to fix that, on the shading layer, go to image adjustments, levels, and in here what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this white marker and drag it in. Not all the way, that's too light, but just drag it somewhere into this black area of the histogram. If I want my shadows to be darker, I could even drag this one down there. I think that'll be too dark in this example. Maybe just the tiniest bit. I can also move the midpoint around if I want it generally more shaded with intense highlights or less shaded with a general lightness to it. I'll go somewhere right around there. It looks good. And I'll click, I can move that a little bit more. Once I got that, I'll click OK. And there we go. The last thing to do would just be to file and save it, and to have it with you in class next week, week 10. So that's how you can take your soda can label, which has been flat for weeks, and now we've wrapped it around a can in Illustrator, and then brought it into Photoshop to finish up the shading on this. If I can just do a Control 1 or Command 1, you can see that sharpness is still there, because we have a high resolution document we're pasted our can into, so it still looks really sharp and crisp. And that's what we want. So we can eventually make a nice high quality printout of it and put it up on a wall of fame. So the last step we'll be doing next week will be to add the environment behind it. But this essentially ends the video tutorials for the soda can project. If you have any questions, let me know. Goodbye.